G'day guys, today I got a quick update because yesterday 4 major things happened within Illuvium. The council nominations had started, the IRP 25 has started to be voted on, there was a massive arena patch, and the Illuvitar's UI was leaked on Kieran's Twitter. Well, not leaked, he showed it all to everyone. So I'm going to go through these 4 things and tell you all of my thoughts on them all. Let's get into it. Alright, we're going to start with the council nominations. I feel like this is the biggest piece of news out of them all because this affects everyone and it is happening like right now. We've got a month of nominations and voting and all of this process until we get to the end. But this is a start. We've got the nomination form. So you can nominate yourself or you can nominate someone else. If you're going to nominate someone else, make sure you talk to them first. Do not nominate anyone without talking to them. This is a huge role. And don't want to put that stress onto someone who doesn't want to be there, and you're clogging up space for other people that should be in there and nominated. So you submit your nomination through this Google form, which I'll leave the link below. 300-word max on a bio on why you think they should be in there. As I said there, you can nominate yourself or someone else, and please make sure you have a conversation with them first. Use the official Discord governance council nominations channel for any additional discussion around the candidates or nomination process. So there's also a Excel sheet, which I'll bring up now. So this is a spreadsheet here, guys. I'll leave the link down below. So before you go and nominate anyone, obviously go and talk to them, but also go and have a look at this spreadsheet. This will show you all the people that are already nominated. So at the moment, there's only 6 nominated. I'm sure this will grow to 10, 15, however many people. Go on here, have a read of the bios, have a read of who they are. Like, I don't know who half these people are, but I'm going to have a look at the bios, and that gives me a bit of insight on who I'm going to vote for when we actually get to the voting process. So every member is only allowed to vote for one person, so you've got to make sure that vote counts. And also the voting ends on November 15th, so it's not that long of a voting process, about a week I think it was. So make sure you go and talk to the person you want. Even convey with them how they may want their bio written, or maybe they just want it written by someone else, or they're going to nominate themselves. This is all up to that individual. Make sure you talk to them, get their nominations in, and do it. And then also go and have a read of the rest. If you're really keen about Illuvium, these 5 people that they're going to pick for the council is a huge part about being a DAO. We get to choose who makes the decisions for us, and this is where it all starts. So we'll move over to IRP 25, council pay and voting mechanism. This has been a massive talking point throughout. The voting mechanism, it's gone to blind voting. So we will not be able to you'll be able to take your votes off and put it on someone else, but you won't know how many votes people have. You can't build your council. You're literally just going to throw your eggs in the basket who you want to be in there, and whoever comes out. I personally like it the other way, because then say someone that I voted for, their votes mean nothing. I can take that off and actually make my vote count on someone who's close. That's my personal preference. Obviously people wanted it blind, so here we are. Council pay, they're really just streamlining everything. They're still going to get 5,000 USD per month. It's going to be paid in ILV now, not USD, and it's going to be averaged out for the whole 3 months that they get paid. So I know it's a 6-month epoch, but they get paid every 3 months still, and it's just going to be average of those 3 months. If you really want to go into this a little bit more, you can have a look in the description below. I'll link it there as well. But that's pretty much the gist of it. It's probably going to be the last IRP that this council votes on, and it's already approved. As you can see just here, we've got 3 or 5 already, so it's approved. It's going to happen. Everyone knew it was going to happen anyway. Now let's get into the juicy stuff. We got the Arena 2.2 patch notes. So the intro. Players with weaker PCs rejoice. My PC is okay, but it does struggle at some times. But this updates, they have really balanced the game and optimized it a lot more. I don't think this helps Macs. So anyone with the Mac, just go throw it in a bin and get a better PC, because PCs are better. Please enjoy the reduction in your electricity bill. Everyone knows electricity is way too expensive. Alluvial changes, there has been a lot. So the focus is on removing power for some overpowered outliers like the Pangolin via Magma, Lynx, and niche fighter comps, while boosting single target damage. As you can see, as I scroll through here, there is a lot. You can go and read this at your leisure. I'll have it in the description below. So synergy changes, Magma to defense stats were too much, so they've dropped those. Grit and Resolve from 10 to 5. So the base fighter synergy description did not reflect the correct value, so they've changed the underlying values to match it, and a lot of the updates from above of the fighter classes was because of this. So don't get your knickers in a knot because something's all gone off. It's because they've changed this down here, which means they need to change them up there too. Augment changes, there has been a lot. There's been heaps. These few augments are now going to appear in yours and the opponent's deck. And as you go down, you can see there's been small changes to so much. I'm not going to read through them again. But this part right here, survival mode changes. So they've cut some overall power from augments, which makes the survival mode more difficult for players as they can't utilize them as well as the opponent, because the opponent has fucking heaps of them on their team. To compensate, they're giving us an increase in starting mastery points. They're going from 120 to 150. This is an extra 30 points. This is great. I love this. Well, I haven't actually played it yet, but we'll see. But the economic changes are very sensitive because we've still got interest. Still, they reckon this is going to reward the experienced players for clever play in interest in early waves while reducing some difficulty curves for newer players. So it's a win-win. So because it's a 150, maybe you start with a 50-point alluvial. That means you still have 100 mastery points in the bag, 5 extra mastery points per round. This is huge for those players that like to min-max a lot. 5 extra ones each round. When you get to round 10, you got an extra 50 mastery points. That is huge. And then for your newer players, you got an extra 30 points. That's a base alluvial, essentially. A tier 1, stage 1 alluvial you get for free. So, as I said, it's going to help the newer players and it's going to help that top-end players going even further. So, weapon variety. The weapon options for the daily challenge should provide you with 3 weapon classes to play with every challenge, which I seem like it has done, but sometimes they lack affinity variety. So now they're going to vary the class and affinity. Bug fixes and optimizations. This article is already too long to name a vast amount of bug fixes for this patch, but here are the most important fixes. Vampiric price augments give too much health, so health must be going down from those. Deployment phase performance issues. FPS drops during Omegas, FPS drops during repositioning, spawning, hitting a synergy threshold, Beetle, Elk, Shoebill, Pistol Shrimp, Omega animation fixes. So all of those things pretty much have to do with the optimization and making the game look even better. I love the way they're going with all this, and I love that they're doing patches pretty frequently now rather than in Private Beta 1. Obviously there was reasons behind that, but I think that this will get everyone really behind them even more, having patches every 2 to 4 weeks. So we'll get on to our last one here. So as you can see, it is the purchase disc of Illuvatars. It looks like the UI, everything looks super clean. I feel like some people are talking about making these numbers a little bit different just between the two of them, just so you can really pinpoint it. Also notice that there probably should be a 1 tier 0 Illuvatar written underneath this disc here. And as you can see in the mega disc, it does say 1 rare Illuvatar. I was under the impression that it might have been just a rare of either, but who knows? This is still a work in progress and it looks amazing. Tell me what you think of this down below, because I think this looks really good, and I love that you can add multiple into your card at once and buy them all at once. As you can see down the bottom here, we've got ETH or SRV2. It would be nice if we could have a price in USD underneath it and the price in SRV. That would be really good. So then you could know straight away exactly what you're paying. It does look like down here we do have the price in USD. So maybe it is there. But anyway, this is the first look at it and I think it looks really good. Hopefully these are actually doing an animation as well. But anyway, that is it for today. Thanks for watching and let's keep updated with Illuvium.